Do not settle for counterfeit love. We're about to talk about it, but before we do.
And we're Terrence and Jill of God-Ordained Union, and we are here to help increase God-Ordained Union.
Yes, yes, yes. So if you are single and you desire to be married, you are on the right channel. On this channel, we help to encourage singles who are waiting and feel like they've been waiting for love and marriage for a long time. We understand. We're not in this for 30, 40 years or even 20 years telling you just wait on God. No, we've been there. We're just been married. Well, how long?
Yeah, it will be 4 years in a couple months.
Yes. And so I was 52 when I got married.
And I was 54 when I watched her walk down the aisle to me.
Yes, yes. I had never been married, never had any children, always the auntie, always the bridesmaid. And I desired marriage. And
we got to the point. We got to the point where we thought maybe we were too old. Maybe God was no longer hearing us. Maybe we did something in our past that disqualified us from even being eligible to be married in God's eyes.
Maybe he didn't want us to be married.
So we feel you. We know exactly what you're thinking and where you are right now. We feel it.
Yes, yes. So on this channel, we help to encourage you. We also help to expose the lies of the enemy because he does not want you to be married. And so make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn on your notifications, make sure you comment. We read the comments. If you email us, we're trying hard to read these emails. They are coming in
There's a
much.
whole lot of y'all.
Whole lot.
So give us some grace.
Yes, please give us some grace. But you can also join our private group. So if you want to join our private group, that's more of an open discussion. We see you, you see us, and we meet twice a month. And it's only $11 a month. And so, yeah, you can cancel at any time. We're not holding anybody. You can cancel anytime. And so if you want to know more about our private group, you can go to our website, God-Ordained.com. Also, if you want to have a one-on-one with us, you can go to our website, God-Ordained.com. Also, ladies, we just dropped our new ebook. And so first of all, to receive anything, you've got to be in position to receive. And just going back, reading the comments, and just a lot of you were meeting through our one-on-ones and in our group setting, our private group setting. A lot of you are not positioned to receive. You're not positioned to receive. And so what's happening is that you're self-sabotaging or you are delaying. And so you need to be in position. And this is to receive anything. You need to be in position to receive. So how it looks is that a lot of you are like this. A lot of you are like this. And so please download the ebook because it will show you how to be in position to receive your person. And so yes, you can also go to our website, God-Ordained.com, to download the ebook, or you can go down to the link in the description. All right, y'all. So first of all, we got on our Panthers gear.
Yeah.
And by the time you see this video, it could be that we have won or lost.
It's going to be one.
The playoffs, the game.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. The playoffs is today in Charlotte. And it's a huge celebration. And not because, we want to win, but it's because why are we excited, baby?
We're excited because there's so much going on right now. And what God has been doing in all of our lives that sometimes we take for granted. But, and we are here, we're excited. But
we're excited because we never got, it's been a long time since we got here to the playoffs. Yeah. So we're celebrating, the city is celebrating, or not the city, both states, the Carolinas.
Yeah.
We're celebrating just for the fact that we got here. Yes. We
overachieved. What I mean by that is it wasn't even in the cards for us to make it to the playoffs. We would just want to have a good season. We would just want to say we won half our games.
Yes. So
the fact that we're in the playoffs, hey.
Yes.
That's what they call over delivering.
Yeah.
And overachieving. We are excited about that.
Yes. So, all right, we got testimony. So, first of all, my husband is such a faithful Panthers fan.
Yeah.
I mean, every season for the last 6 years or so, I've watched my husband sit in front of the TV when the Panthers are playing. And, I'm usually in the room reading a book or taking a nap. And, when I come out, I'm like, what happened? He was like, well, they lost, but and I'm like, daggone, I really want these Panthers to win. And so, but I'm like, okay. And so he's such a supporting fan. And there are many times, and this is the new thing what they're doing with this whole, I hate how they do this. A lot of times my husband is ready to see the game and they black out, which means that the city,
during the preseason, they black the games out. So if it's a home game and it's not sold out, then they don't let you watch it on TV unless you pay for a certain platform to get it, because they want you to come to the game. They don't want you to sit at home and watch because it's the preseason and they're trying to build excitement about the upcoming season.
Right.
So it gets kind of discouraging when you don't know that the game is blacked out because it's not sold out. And you sit there and you turn the television on just before the game starts, you can't find it.
And my husband's so grateful. Graceful and grateful. Graceful. You're like, well, I'm going to just watch this other game. And I'm like, what? Like, I'll be so disappointed for him. So last week, how God works as well, because our rivalry won or lost?
They won.
Because our rivalry won, which is the Falcons.
Yeah.
Because they won, it caused us, the Panthers, to go to the playoffs, which is like sometimes your blessing comes by default.
Yeah.
Sometimes your blessing just comes by default. So because of that, you talking about, first of all, I come from Redskins Nation or Commanders Nation. And I think ain't no fans like Dallas and Redskins fans. These Carolinas, and I love it because they're humble. They're not, them other teams, they be real prideful with it, real arrogant, not prideful, prideful and arrogant. But these Panthers fans, they were down in Atlanta just cheering.
For us to cheer for Atlanta. Look, you asking a whole lot.
Right. So it's just so beautiful to watch. On top of that, so anyway, all right. So all week we knew that the playoffs was, the first game of the playoffs was going to be the Panthers playing the Rams, and that it was going to be in Charlotte, y'all. And and I knew that my husband, was going to watch the game. Like Saturday, we going to watch the game.
Yeah.
Thursday. Now let me paint this picture. I work for the city of Charlotte. Well, I did. Yesterday was my last day. Thank y'all who watched the channel, all of my colleagues, for the awesome farewell celebration. But I work for the city of Charlotte for CMPD. That's who I worked for the last almost 3 years. And they go all out. And so it was in the air. So Thursday, as they were preparing for the game, because this is a lot going on in Charlotte for the Panthers. So Thursday, I said, you know what? I am going to surprise my husband with some tickets. So usually, y'all, let me tell y'all something. In the past, we go on and it'd be thousands of seats available, and they'd be like $10 and $20.
Because we had losing seasons in the past.
Yes, $10 and $20. So I went on to get tickets. What in the world?
Yeah, we're in the playoffs.
what in the world? Like Beyonce tickets. Like, really? So I said, you know what? This is a faith move. I'm going to surprise my husband with some tickets. So I got 2 tickets. And, so that evening he was on his way home from work and I was like, I got a surprise for you. So my husband had, I got him for Christmas. He got stuff, Panther stuff. So we had gotten him a shirt and whatever, but I didn't have a shirt and I wanted also a hat. And so, cause I'm a baseball hat girly. So Terrence went all around, couldn't find it. Was it Thursday or yesterday? Yesterday. So he was happy we got tickets. Yesterday, Terrence, he leaves work early. Or he gets off earlier than me. He went all around looking for Panthers stuff. I didn't have the shirt. He had his shirt. I didn't have anything. He could not find nothing. No Panther stuff. I said, okay, well, when I get off, I'll go look, So I went and I looked, nothing. I did find this shirt. I finally found this shirt, this sweatshirt. It was like crumbled up in the back somewhere at Kohl's. Found this shirt. But I also I wanted to see if we can get some hats. Like I needed some hats. And so couldn't find any. We went all over. Let me tell you how bad it was. Our grocery stores, usually we go in the grocery store, they got Panthers paraphernalia everywhere. Shirts, hats, cups, all kind of stuff. I went into both of our local grocery stores. They was like, the first manager was like, oh no, them been gone. Them been gone from the beginning of the week. They all gone. Went to the next grocery store, nothing. Went all over, could not find nothing. No shirts, no nothing. Thank God for Kohl's. Found this shirt. Couldn't find nothing. But I was adamant. I was like, I need a hat because it was gonna rain. Not only did I want a hat, but I was like, it's going to rain. And also Terrence wanted a hat as well. So I was like, okay, push come to shove. I got a black baseball cap. Terrence is going to wear he got a black hat he going to wear. But I really wanted us to have a hat. So this morning we got up and I said, well, let me check the big red circle. And so I went on the big red circle and it automatically took me to the DoorDash app. Because I was going to see if they had it. I was just going to run early this morning. It was like 8:00 this morning. It's raining cats and dogs out. So just going to run and go get it. And, because I didn't look in there. I hadn't been looking in there. And I was like, well, just for this, I'm going to go and see if they got it. So I went and it directed me to DoorDash. And so I was like, okay, well, let me see if DoorDash could, pick it up instead and deliver it. So I went on DoorDash and I was adamant. I was like, okay, I want a black one for Terrence and I want the Carolina blue one for me because it's bright. It's, more for a woman. And so I went on this, through DoorDash, I went on the big red circle. I went on their site and I was like, oh, they got it. The black one and they got the Carolina blue one for the woman. So I checked both of them. I was like, this is what I want. And so I put it in the cart and I hit, submit. And the DoorDash was like, your order is going to be ready and it's going to be delivered by 9:05. And I was like, what? They got it? Oh my goodness. So I'm waiting. Then I get a text from the guy. And the guy is like the delivery guy. He says they don't have it, which I figured that they didn't. He said they don't have it. He said, but do you want these? And he sent a picture and it was a hat. It was the Carolina blue hat. It said Charlotte on it. But then it said FC. And my ignorant self, as far as sports, I don't know what FC means, but I knew it was Carolina blue. And I was like, at this point, because it was raining, and I was like, we need hats. I was like, at this point, just as long as it matches this, like, we're good. So I go running in the bathroom. I'm like, I ran and Terrence was getting dressed. I went in the bathroom. I was like, baby, I was like, the DoorDash guy was like, this is what he said. This is what it is. This is what we got. This is what they got. And Terrence looked at it, and what did you say?
No, we're not settling. That ain't what we want. FC is soccer. Now, we don't have a problem with soccer, but that ain't where we're going today. Today, we're going to see American football. And so it didn't match up to what we were doing. So it's like, no, we're not going to settle.
Right. So I said, okay. So I went back to the app, and I told the guy, I said, no, we don't want this. I said, I'm going to go ahead and issue a refund. I said, but I'm going to also give you a tip because you went to look or whatever. So he was like, no problem. So I went to, when I closed out the order, DoorDash says, no, we're going to look at another store. They did this automatically. No, you didn't settle, but no, don't give up. We're going to look at another store. And I was like, listen, at this point, it was maybe a half hour later. And I was like, we know we needed to leave at a certain time. I was like, listen, it's okay. Don't nobody got no Panthers paraphernalia. It's the day of the game. Mm-hmm. They've been sold out. Like, we had already looked everywhere. So, they was like, okay, we're going to get you another. We're going to check out another big red circle location. And I was like, listen, we know these stores in this area. If they ain't got it, they ain't got it. If they ain't got it, they ain't got it. And so I was like, okay, I'd already made up in my mind. We got black baseball caps. We're going to be good. We got a rain poncho. It's going to be raining. We're going to be good. DoorDash was like, no, you said what you wanted, and we're going to find it for you. So I was like, okay, well, good luck. Like, okay, I'm taking my hands off of it. I released it. It's going to be what it's going to be. I picked up the app because I went on about my business. I picked up the app, and it said that the person had picked up an order, and that the person, whose name is Tyra, is on a way to your house. And I was like, this girl done got another Charlotte FC. And I was already prepared that if she delivered it, I was like, okay, I'll just take it back to the store at another time. Like, I'm not tripping. It is what it's going to be. Tyra comes to the door. I open the door. I meet her at the door. She's coming towards me. I meet her at the door. She has a bag. I said, you got hats? She was like, yeah. I said, and remind you, it's early in the morning. It's pouring down raining. She's door dashing, looking like she's tired, but she got to do what she got to do. She said, this is what you wanted, right? I said, let me see. She opened the bag. She opened that bag. I said, oh, you can go home. We had already put a tip in there for the other guy, but you can go home. We about to hook you up. I closed that door. I went to that app. I heard up and increased that. I gave her a tip. I was like, listen, when God does a thing, I went running in the bathroom. Terrence was in the shower. I was like, baby, we got our hats. We got the hats. We got our hats. And I was like, oh my God. Do not settle. Know what you want and don't settle. And even when you got to go and get wise counsel who reminds you, no, that's not what we want. Don't settle. So,
look, We know, we told y'all at our age when we got married, we know we've gone through some things that y'all have gone through. So we get it when you feel like you've been waiting for so long, when you feel like you just haven't been heard, when you feel like, your prayers are going on deaf ears, when you feel like that, nobody understands what you're going through, that you feel you're the only one that's going through what you're going through.
Right.
We've been there. We've been there. And this morning was a huge reminder that you don't settle.
Don't settle. You know what you want.
Settle. You want to be married. God has somebody for you. He's already working on your behalf to orchestrate things behind the scenes. So why are you thinking about settling? Don't settle. Don't give in to whatever that doubt is trying to creep into your situation. Don't give it any momentum. Stay firm on what God's word says. Stay firm on what God's timing is. And we're here to tell you one of the reasons why you don't settle is because think about in the story that she just shared, how many people was blessed this morning because we didn't settle.
So if you settle,
the woman that she said came and gave us the hatch that delivered it, like she said, it was raining cats and dogs this morning. So she's out in the weather, in the elements, trying to do what she got to do. But because we didn't settle and she had a chance to deliver to us, this was a blessing also to her this morning and her family. We wasn't the only one that got blessed by just receiving the hats. Everybody that God used to allow us to get what we said we wanted and we trusted in him to get it, everybody got blessed by us not settling.
And it's even with this channel, because we did not settle, y'all are being blessed. Y'all were attached to us not settling. And so when you settle, you're also breaking off and blocking other people's blessings that God has assigned to your union.
And you don't know how many generational curses you're going to end just by not settling.
Patterns and curses, yes.
You don't know how many more people. God may already have a platform for you to reach thousands upon hundreds of thousands of people for you not settling.
And even if it's just one person, just for not settling, that's enough to, advance the kingdom.
Absolutely. Another reason why you don't want to settle is because of the unfulfillment or not being able to fulfill everything that God has for you. You just can't do it any old way and fulfill what God already has for you. You have to be
you gotta
patient.
go. Yeah.
You have to understand and trust God's timing and that his providence is already working on your behalf. The fact that you are even seeing this video is evidence that he's already connecting people and things and all these to what you say you wanted and you've already prayed and asked him to deliver for you. He's already working on that right now in your favor. So God is already on it.
Yes.
You can't just cheat yourself of the fulfillment of knowing that his word never returns void and empty, that you're already getting what you want.
Yeah. That fulfillment. If you just not being fulfilled, the not feeling fulfillment in your relationship, if you settling for the wrong person, you will not feel fulfilled. You will not be fulfilled. You will not feel complete. You will be robbed of fulfillment. And even just going to the game, that with getting the hats and having the whole,
it's going to give a whole new appreciation because of what we went through and the mindset and all of this. Now we got the hat, we got the shirts.
Gear. It's the whole, we're feeling fulfilled for and it's bringing on a whole new excitement.
Absolutely. And look, and the third reason why you don't want to settle, it's because you don't want to cheat yourself by not going all in and then receiving everything that God has for you.
Right.
You want to receive what he has for you, because what he has is so much better than what any one of us can do for ourselves.
Right.
And in most cases, we can't even fathom what he has for us.
We don't. The word says that. My eyes cannot. Yeah, I know the scripture.
Look,
We don't even comprehend. We can't even comprehend all he has for us.
All he has for us. So you don't want to settle. You should not settle. We're telling you right now, don't settle
for it. Don't settle.
Don't settle, because anything that's not of God is nowhere in comparison to what is of God.
Right. And I was just thinking about the DoorDash app that, and it's how the Lord, you put your request in, you put what you want. You put, God said he gives us the desires of our hearts. You put what you want in, and then God goes to fulfill it. And even when I was like, I'm going to take my hands off of it, it is going to be what's going to be. I'm good over here. I'm going to just wear this other black hat. The Lord's like, no, I'm still working it out to get you, because you really want those two items. I'm going to go, and I'm still going to. That app says, no, we're just going to reroute it. We're going to give it to another person. Chris couldn't fulfill it, so we're going to give it to Tyra. We're going to go to another store. And that's what God does. He orders things for you to get what you want. And that's why we always talk about, and this is in the ebook as well, but we always talk about, so many people know what they don't want. So if I were to put in the app, well, I don't want a pink hat, or I don't want an orange hat, or I don't want a Charlotte FC hat, or I don't want, that app probably would have been circling.
Didn't do anything for the person
Couldn't do
trying to pick out what you do want.
Right. So you've got to know what you want. I remember after going into my 30s, I was very firm of what type of man I wanted. I had already been to college, and because I was raised up in a church, and I was like, I always would say throughout my 20s, I don't want a church boy. I don't want a church boy. And when I say church boy, I mean the ones who grew up in the church and they know how to play church. They know how to do church. They know, how to do the triggers for church people and all of that. I wanted someone who was going to be a new convert or rededicated his life to Christ. But I also wanted a guy who was, because I had, as I said, been to college. And so I wanted an intellectual guy. I wanted a guy who had wisdom, who was smart, and who, had a career. And so I knew what I wanted. And so those are the types of guys I would attract. And so, there was some counterfeits in there who, had a form of godliness, but I knew what I wanted. And Terrence too, clearly he got a type. He knew what type of woman he wanted. And so when you know what you want, God gives us the desires of our hearts. He goes to fulfill, as long it is in alignment to his will, his perfect will. He goes to fulfill what you want. And even, let me tell you, you got free will. So even if you say, I want a drug dealer, you're going to get a drug dealer. You'll get a drug dealer. But I'm saying the thing is, and this is how powerful it is when you say what you want. What do you want? It is a powerful command. It is a powerful command. And so.
No, and here's what I'm excited about. Not only about the whole 9 of us getting the hats, but think about the story of the people that are out there that God is using to help fulfill what his word has already promised to you. And in doing so, they're going to be blessed as well.
How many people he put in place? You can't
even imagine how many people God would go through in order to get you what his word has already promised you, because you believe in him and you're not giving in to doubt, which means not only are you being blessed, but all the family, all the children, all the people, all these people that's going through something, that's taking secondary or third, or doing all these different things to try to just make it by. God is saying they are blessed also because you trust me.
Just think about the manufacturer of these hats. Somebody could have worked overtime to get this delivery out to be distributed across the country or across the world. We don't know. To get it to Charlotte, to that location in time. Just think the people who work at the store who put these things out, they may have forgotten to put it out early in the week and said, oh, we got a whole another box here that we could put out this morning or last night. Just think about all of these people that are being put in place to fulfill who you want, who you ask God for. And I think that's the part, and we talk in the ebook about providence, and that's what providence is working all of the pieces and the people together to bless you, to get what you ask for. And so, yeah.
God didn't just assign this to anybody. He assigned it to the person he knew would go get it. Not question it, not delay it, not put it across, not procrastinate, but somebody that was going to go get it and deliver. And all of this happened, I promise you, in probably less than an hour to an hour and a half. From her putting the order in till her knocking on the door and saying, we got what we wanted.
And let me tell you how deep this is. Ladies, I did not have to get out my bed. I didn't have to go chase it. I didn't have to go drive from store to store as I had been doing. Yesterday, I was going from driving all around. It came to me. It came to us. It was delivered to us.
All the driving around that I did yesterday.
It was delivered to us. Had no idea I was like, okay, I'm going to just sit back. And even when I released it, it was like, okay, whatever. DoorDash said, I'm going to still fulfill your order. I still got you.
He who has started a good work in you
is able to complete it. So
you got to have faith. You got to trust.
You got to make faith moves. You got to trust God. You got to believe, and you got to say what you want, and don't settle for what that's not. Don't settle.
Today, you're a day closer to what God,
you are a day closer.
God has for you.
You are
Do
day
not
closer.
give up hope today. Do not give up faith today. Do not take your belief and set it to the side. Stand strong on what his word has already promised you, because it never returns void or empty.
Yes. All right, y'all.
So with that being
watch
said,
this video up here.
Watch the video that she's going to put up there for you. And we look forward to seeing you guys on our next video.
Yes. Peace.